I couldn't quite believe the Tories doubled down on their callous, cruel response to an 11-year-old boy's story during last week's PMQs. Keir Starmer brought up the story of 11-year-old Liam Walker. He had written a letter to Santa, just wanting his toys out of storage. I'll show you both clips in just a second, but the response from Sunak was just awful. He turned it into a political point-scoring game and got really shouty and really angry. And you can see how he was annoyed at being shown up like that. You kind of expect it from Sunak though. He doesn't know how to do politics. He's not like a real politician as such. He's just kind of bumbled his way to the top by being in the right place at the right time. He's got more money than the king, so showing empathy to the little people doesn't really come naturally to them. You see, if he was actually any good at what he did, he could still make the same point he was making, but you just put a good spin on it. Something that makes the Tories sound good, and they're trying to do the right thing, but they're being hampered by Labour. I mean, it's a lie, but that doesn't normally stop him anyway. Something like the government is working really hard to make sure everyone has a home, and then go on to the points that he made, but do it in a calm, collected manner. It would have made himself look a lot better, rather than the ranty, shouting, petulant child that he came across as. But it doesn't end there. The following day, at Business Questions, Labour gave Penny Mordaunt the opportunity to apologise for that awful way that Sunak had responded. And you've got to think that this boy's going to be watching. He may not actually be interested in politics, but if he knows that his story, his question, is going to be brought up to the Prime Minister, then you would think he's going to be interesting to know what he said. So the decent thing would be to acknowledge that it wasn't the greatest response and that she will speak to the Prime Minister at the next cabinet meeting or something along those lines. All it would have taken. But no, Penny Mordaunt couldn't even have the decency to do that. She tried to spin it that the Tories are great and look what we did, that we tried to save a homeless person. It's just pathetic. Anyway, have a watch at both clips and tell me what you think down in the comments. Did that little boy deserve better?
Or 11-year-old Liam Walker, homeless this Christmas. He wrote a letter to Santa saying, "Please, can I have a forever home? I don't want any new toys. I just want all my old toys out of storage. I just want us to be happy again." Is there anything that could shame this government into putting the country first? Then it's surely this little boy.
Mr. Speaker, if he really cared about building homes... No. If he really cared about building homes, when there was an opportunity in this House, Mr. Speaker, in this House, to back our plans to reform defective EU laws, to unlock 100,000 new homes, Mr. Speaker, what did he do? What did he do? He went in front of the cameras and said one thing and came in here and blocked it. Typical shameless opportunism.
Mr. Speaker, is that really his Christmas message to Liam?
Finally, Mr. Speaker, would the leader like to take this opportunity to apologise to 11-year-old Liam Walker for the disdain and tone-deaf response the Prime Minister gave to his plight yesterday? His sneering, angry response made him look small and disregarding to Liam's plight. Liam's family does the right thing, yet through no fault of their own are homeless. Their story is the story of thousands of other families this Christmas. So can she do what the Prime Minister failed to do and show some empathy and humility and apologise for how her government has failed working families facing destitution and homelessness this winter?
Leader of the House.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Let me start with the Honourable Lady's final point about young Liam. I'm deeply regretful that she chooses to paint members on my side of the House as uncaring and non-empathetic. That she knows that is not the case. And in fact, I would pay tribute to one of our colleagues, who I think is in the Telegraph this morning, who made heroic efforts to prevent harm being done to a young man who was homeless on London streets. Let me turn to the point.
The best question came from Chris Bryant from the same PMQs, and you can watch his question right here on the video that's on screen now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time.